All right, guys. I'm here with.
Apologize because I'm always a little awkward.
No, that's fine. That's fine, Shawn. We're excited. We're pumped. We got the energy going. It's about to go down right here. Less than 10 minutes. We're going to start this prelim card off. I'm here with Shawn Gilbert. He's the matchmaker for LeLeo Code. He helps Leo put together these incredible matchups, challenging these amateur athletes, getting them ready to go on to the next level. I mean, this is incredible, Shawn. So, as a matchmaker, what is the most difficult part of the job?
On the amateur level, it's definitely dealing with the dropouts. You got a lot of freelance fighters, that aren't in with really good reputable gyms. And those are the guys that you always got to kind of keep on your radar and kind of in the back of your head know that there's a potential for it to happen.
Yeah.
But when you're dealing with the bigger gyms, with reputable coaches, if the fighter pulls out, it's for a legit reason.
Right.
With these other guys, I've heard every excuse in the world. Some of them are legit. Most of them are made up, so they'll always get a little asterisk next to their name when they make up something, and I know in my head that it wasn't legit.
So, obviously, with an amateur athlete, you don't really have too much video. You don't know about their background, things like that. How do you match these athletes up in a way that it's competitive and not like sandbagging the matches?
Well, you got to get most of the details from the coaches and know them close enough to know that they're not lying to you and trying to hide it a little bit. I personally been doing matchmaking on and off for about 8 to 10 years now. I did it with Breakthrough MMA 8 years ago in Daytona Beach. So a lot of the guys that we talk to and use now, they're the same coaches that I've been talking to for 8 to 10 years now. So when they give me details on a fighter, I'm going to take their word for it and know that their guy's a white belt and not an actual black belt. Now, trust me, I'll still go and I'll do my own homework and I'll look up videos and everything else I can just to so I can know for sure in my heart. But yeah, that's the main thing, man, is getting the details from the coaches and then matching them up as even as possible. I'm not trying to, I don't have no favoritism. LeLeo Code, we don't have no favoritism. Ain't nobody getting no special treatment here, so you're getting the truth on what your opponent, his background is. If you want to fight him, let's go. If you don't, I have no problem with that whatsoever. We'll get you another guy.
Okay.
And so on and so on.
A big part about it, it sounds like it's developing the relationship with the coaches,
Absolutely.
trusting them on what their opinion is on the fighters that are training under them.
Yes, sir.
What would you say to an amateur athlete or a potential amateur athlete that's interested in combat sports and wants to get into it and wants to be matched up in one of these LeLeo Code matches? What would be the path that they would take to get into this ring?
Well, I always recommend getting with a reputable gym because you're going to get the proper training. A lot of these coaches, they're not going to throw you into that cage until they know you're ready with their own eyes. A lot of these freelance fighters, they train with their buddies. Of course their buddies are like, yeah, you're going to kick some butt, man.
Yeah.
You're ready to go. So, you can't listen and trust those guys, man. You got to come and get some training with some real fighters and test your limits there and see how you're doing. And then when a coach tells you you're ready to go, I would trust your coach. A lot of these guys, they'll leave a gym just so they can come fight because their coach told them they're not ready. Sometimes they'll win, but a lot of times their coach was right and they should have took some more time to train. So
Yeah.
I always recommend do some research on what city you're in. Even go try out a couple of gyms. Most of these guys, they'll give you a little free trial, see how you like it, Find what gym suits you best. So when you come into this cage, you got a team behind you. And you're not in there by yourself.
Right.
Like me, for my first ever fight.
Yeah.
And, you'll be more ready and prepared that way.
Okay, one last question. When fighters, after they have a few amateur bouts on their level, how do you determine what their bout is going to be or if they're ready to move on to the professional level?
I'm sorry, repeat that?
So after a fighter already has an established amateur record,
yes, sir.
How do you determine what their last bout is going to be, or if they're ready to move on to the professional level?
Well, that's definitely for their coach to determine.
Okay.
Because there's some guys who I might feel are ready to do a pro fight. You know, per se, if we were to do a pro show coming up soon.
Yeah.
There might be some guys that I feel like they're ready to come do a pro fight. But that's definitely for their coach to determine, you know.
Yeah.
I don't ever talk directly to a fighter. I always communicate with their coaches. And so I'll tell their coach, I'll throw a name out there. And then it's up to the coach to tell me if he's ready to make that pro leap. Because one of the most important things to remember is once you go pro, there's no going back.
Right.
Once you go pro boxing, pro Muay Thai, pro MMA, you are now pro in all levels.
Yeah.
So there's no going back and saying, oops, I went too quick. Sorry, buddy, now you're in there. So, yep, absolutely.
You guys heard it here. Shawn Gilbert, the LeLeo Code Matchmaker. We're here, Category 5 Fight Night, Altamont Springs Hotel in Orlando. It's about to go down, guys. Go to LeLeoCode.com and get the pay-per-view. It's going to be professionally recorded right here. Thank you, Shawn.
Thank you, man. Nice to meet you, brother.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it, dude.
Thank you. If you enjoyed this interview, please make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel to get more.